what? Sorry, I didn't record that, but teleport to the 5th floor. That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through. Didn't do anything, but it's clearly different. This Monken is doing too. Trying to use this again. I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will back me down. We're locked. I found it. This hallway has a strange feeling to it, as if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Just yeah, we can't go through like any of the doors. Oh hey, at least his pet's gonna get some exercise. Do I even have enough things to give it? I don't think I do. Let me see if I do, real quick. Actually, I should. Unfortunately, I can't really do any more hangouts. Have some water too to wash all that down, giving it just lots of food. A flashback, dude. Remember walking in these halls to solve mysteries. Oh, that was fun times. Fun times. Yeah, there's like only one door. That's the dojo. That's it. That's all they give us, one door. Strange things that make you feel like we're no way we're inside school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect inside this building makes sense. This is weird. Cherry Trees proudly explains full blossoms, falling petals out to elegance. The also impeccable tools. It would have to look truly picturesque. There's 6 as well, I definitely will go home. Production team had more time, there could have been a mini game here. Okay, what am I saying? Really? There really would have been a mini game there? They had more time? Cherry tree. Maybe tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry tree type thing. And this situation just looks bizarre. Like one clue. Literally that little before play. History folks speak together. This is a manga title. Manga for Morons. History of Pope Peaks Academy by Mike. Why is this manga such a specific looking title laying out? Let's start with the history first class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the 3rd best way to learn about history. And what's the first round? Depends on the person. Just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore this. No way you can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue getting out of here, no matter what it is. Picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peaks Academy school teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, Scouts for Students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy is now available to countless commenters, people who only cared about the brain. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. Create Hope's Peaks Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it's the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing the end. So fun, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its first run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no illusion since it really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it's be waste time on things. I think it's more importantly learn something. The Reserve Department. The department is only built to collect money. It was one of those reserve course students, right?
But hold on!
That's weird. Oh, you're weird.
Shing!
That thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey! Hey!
Why'd you forget that you were a part of the Reserve Department? Each foundation only took away your school identity, right? But you should have known even before that you entered that you had no talent, right? I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on myself, the Peach Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of their reserve course students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. You want to be confident in yourself, so you want to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I would know anything about that, though. You're saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, always get angry and try to brush it off. I'll have to expect a reserve course student. Now, it looks like it's going to be a trial, so I'm looking forward to that.
What's going on?
Always kind of cool. You can't go to places I should be able to go to. It's like some world being enforced from it. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Yeah, I can see that. It's pretty interesting. Oh, but now there was like his little eye in the corner too. You saw that? Oh, that's so creepy. Oh, man. Looks looks like they like books. Oh, that's cool. I don't even know if the timer was paused. I guess we might as well investigate the actual thing. This book. The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned that other manga too? Why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Oh, go figure. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all the resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. He had a superior talent for the hope of mankind. The Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who's known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peaks Academy Student Council, one of the Academy's best students, were brutally murdered by Izuru. That's what that blood suit was. That what that was? Yeah, that must have been what that was. Back in the first game. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and sealed the incident so it never happened. However, certain students began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserved course students who had been long dissatisfied with how they were treated and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak's Academy's destruction. This is the entity of the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa /Zero. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. Talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're in combat. Why silly up something so offensive? Or something offensive? Seriously, this is an ultimate hope. Anytime I mention that before, but it looks like it means something completely different. Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, for Izuru hope for something like that. Or fun, the genius who possesses various talents. It's like giving me one of those talents, so I didn't have to do certain, and that's what it was certain about the theory. Except for the reserved course students in the reserved department can't help nothing. What about this? Right? Participants? No, it's not possible. No way, I have no reason to do something like that. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Zero? Certain students secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Indeed. What the heck happened with the camera? Whatever. Let's go. Out the door. Wonder what's unlocked now. I remember this. Ah, yes, the case in here. Jesus, man. Remember a body being stored in here? That was gruesome. What a trial. Oh, yeah. I was sure something. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might have to hurry investigate. So yeah, you're right. Clean up after yourself. Oh, I saw that. I've seen this in movies where it's Fraser observing dead bodies. At least that's what you said. That's not possible, right? Dead bodies in high school. Biological something like judgment. And so forth. Citation of cancer. What am I thinking?
I've been found!
904. Should be able to get all the credits actually to get found for the next trial. Last one. Looks like there's one more. There's another manga just lying around here. This time manga from one of the biggest, most awful, most tragic events in history. And the next one would obviously be about this incident. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? So what's that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. Flip through the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. What the heck is that? Swirls. Story about creepily drawn characters getting involved in such horrifying incidents, and incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the reserve corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. The movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. The movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. Soon the weak formed factions brutally murdered the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. The feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism, coup deeds, or whatever, began occurring around the world. The war raged in the name of despair. War fought not for principles, religion, and personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there's no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students regress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, though devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programs were software to spread despair. Powerful, influential, created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest when my body felt ice cold. It wasn't because I was reading this from the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is all definitely made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? family and my friends with the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore and favorite restaurant. What happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga?
Whew.
High school student doesn't like manga. It's like an office lady who doesn't like teaching. Enough, what is this messed up manga? Thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such a smear. It's Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely from your brains. This incident really happened, I actually forgot about it? No way that's possible!
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm reading for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, guess what's up in store. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. See, that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said. Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. On the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. So I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like for your decision. Whether you want to leave that rock island or stay. Trying to make us feel despair for the outside world if we want us to stay on this island. But that's how I'm going to do it. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world is just like now. Perhaps no, that's definitely no. Whether or not this incident really happened, when the world is this ultimate despair group. They're devoted to a certain student who's guided Hope's Peak Academy into its destruction. They connected both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But they are known as Ultimate Despair. They're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimate. Then are the terms we are involved in connected to them as well? Yes, I'm going to freeze them. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. I'm shivering right now. I'm freezing. Yeah, that's supposed to be nearly frozen. So where should we go next? Well, wherever the game wants to go, right? So we can't go to 5C. Go drive right back. They disappeared on me. Why are they disappearing on me? Don't disappear on me. Despair. I'm gonna show you more. I'm just gonna turn it into C.
Jeez.
I went inside this room, the beat bear was suddenly here. Wonder why. Gonna be crappy out of it.
Damn right.
So let you handle. There's no way to deal with that. I don't want to do that either. Well, you get to deal with them. What's your clue in here?
Hiya!
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasantly well.
Pung, pung.
Are you pleasantly well? You are pleasantly well, right? What are you doing here?
No, no!
There's another thing I need to tell you. I think I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you this by word of mouth? I should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. High school student doesn't like manga. Just like a sumo wrestler doesn't like eating hot dogs. I'm really getting fed up with your babbling. Hurry up! What did you need to tell me? Found that key piece of information you're waiting so long for.
What?
Surprise, it's about ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days.
Actually...
It was originally the title of a high school girl who was the most powerful evil in her personal life. Yeah, and we killed her, didn't we? Friggin' after a high school girl.
Yes, indeed!
Lady Junko Inoshima. Junko Inoshima?
Hey,
As the former ultimate despair, she created despair brimming with charm and humor. Created the ultimate despairs. Even though there was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me!
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. The way people join some effed up organization created by high school girls.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
Phew.
Her connections were the main reason that incident became a tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
Huh?
Like I said,
You-
why'd they cause that incident? It doesn't make any sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they would do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Imoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Imoshima's despair isn't about purpose, set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Imoshima as Junko Imoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Imoshima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming burst of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled the despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whatever it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima. Like believers making offerings to their God. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible.
what?
Do you know about the final days that are reserved for students during the tragedy of the Hope School Academy? Final days.
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of
They
course.
fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they had to do. And so the 2,357 students in the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Jesus Christ! Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded. Exactly.
Damn it!
I don't believe it. There's no way to believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Inoshima. It doesn't scare me at all anymore.
Bastard!
Junko Inoshima is already dead. Huh? She is already dead, isn't she? How would he know that, though?
Huh?
What, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Killing School Life. What's that? Like the killings were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hoop Speed Academies. Recall Mastermind took her own life because their main students worked together to defeat her. I wonder how Kyoko and Makoto and the other ones, yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
only know what happened to Byako. Yeah, that's what it was. Killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape. Oh yeah, it was 6. I forgot about them. Survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a bunch of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Inoshima. Mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inoshima is dead.
like...
Turns out that killing school life is part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope Speed Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope Speed Academy, she took away the memories just like that. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. It's a limit to being a cool a-hole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting all day.
So...
Students of Hope Speed Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. Reports of people watch the symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They were trying to kill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. That messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inoshima failed. Junko lost to the student she placed in her trap. After being overcome by despair, she quit. She took her own life. Junko's no more? No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Junko or whether Monku's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Inoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who's our enemy? Junko Inoshima or the rest of the ultimate despairs behind this? Follows of Junko carrying on her will? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, killings where we are involved and resemble the film school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but... an imitation is just that. An imitation.
No shit!
The students from Hope's Peak Academy stopped the real deal. There's no way to lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are the surveillance cameras the same? Cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school life? Probably. Man, how can you totally know about that story, huh? Like you have well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh wait, oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen?
Ooh, how exciting!
So by the time we're getting close to clearing my character route, it's not making sense again.
Well now.
Now that I'll give you guys my all, I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside.
Yeah!
Raise some flags like crazy. Ugh, God. Let me drink some water and we're gonna call this for this part. Oh, man. A lot of talking, a lot of words. I want to keep going, though. This is interesting. I probably won't do the last trial tonight, though. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow or Monday or something, but... yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this investigation stuff. When we come back, we're going to get to do more of it, I think. Yes. Totally. Totally. So, with that, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.